Spartan. The Spartan freaking trifecta. Spartan. Welcome back to the 24th episode of the Boys Only podcast. I'm your host, Lorenzo Vasquez. Today, we have, on a normal day, she's top 5 favorite person I know in my life. Some days she's like in the top 10.
That's
but
pretty messed up.
My wife, Desiray Vasquez. So, this is an episode I've been wanting to do for a while because me and Desiray have actually talked about doing a podcast together.
Yeah.
I think we have a lot of conversations in our own personal time that is pretty funny, I like to think. So, I guess the overall question is, what made you fall so in love with me?
Oh my God.
What was it?
You're a very funny person.
Okay, that just means I'm ugly.
No. You're funny. I always liked how you were, like the class clown. You made people laugh.
Yeah.
Me attracted to you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, a backstory of mine and Desiree's relationship. We actually originally dated my freshman year, her sophomore year of high school. I was 13, 14. She was 15.
Don't say that you were 13 years old. No.
Yeah, I was. What do you mean?
No,
we were dating.
You're like 14, 15 when you're a freshman. You make me sound like...
I don't think you are, though.
I think you are, though. Because everybody has, like, their quinceañeras when they're freshmen. So they're turning 15. Yeah.
Sophomores.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sophomore year of high school.
Because you're 18 when you graduate, 17 when you...
But the way it works is, so I was in high school 2014, 15. That was the years I was in. So I guess, yeah, I was 14, 15.
Yeah.
That's true. I'll give you that.
Makes me sound like I'm a bad person.
You're a little old.
No.
So Desiree's 26. I'm 24.
You're 25
so
in like a month.
So she's 2 years older than me.
You're 25 in like a month.
She's 2 years older than me. She's a cougar. When I was 16, she was 18. I lost my virginity when I was 16. She technically...
I don't think you're allowed to say that word on YouTube.
We'll blur that out.
Yeah, you can't say that word.
No. Yeah, so going back to it. We were together. I was 14, 15. She was 15, 16, kind of in that range. And we got together after prom. We're kind of talking a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then we kind of started dating at that point. What were your thoughts of that initial relationship?
Like when we first?
Yes.
Because I think we were too good of friends. Because, we had math class together, so we talked, and I felt like it was a little of an awkward, it was like those middle school relationships where you kiss a boy and you're like, oh my God, and then you never talk to him again.
Yeah. I legit cringed looking back at our relationship.
Me too.
I'm like thinking I would like avoid you. I wouldn't talk to you. Yeah. It was one of those weird situations. It felt awkward around you. And then I was like, oh my God. On the text messages, like, oh my God, I love you so much. You're perfect. You're great. Oh my gosh. But then in person, I'm just
we dated for like a week.
Hi. Yeah, we didn't date that very long and stuff. I do remember something very specific about you. You got into making out so fast.
I'd like to not talk about that.
No, that's what it was though. Like I was like I think my first kiss was you. You were making out with me, and I was like, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do."
Oh, how cute!
Yeah, no, it was legit. That's what that was. True story. So then that failed.
I apologize.
I don't think you do. That failed. That relationship. Who broke up with you? Did I break up with you? Did you break up with me? How did that fail?
I don't know. I felt like we were both like, "Yeah, this is weird."
That definitely meant that I dumped you. That's what that means.
Oh, okay, sure.
If you can't remember, that means I dumped you.
Cool.
I'm just saying.
Sure.
Because if you would have dumped me, you would be telling me right now, like, I definitely dumped you.
No, I have a crap memory, so I couldn't tell you.
Nah, I don't know.
You probably did dump me, and I wouldn't know.
I couldn't remember either. And then the summer going to my junior year, going into her senior year, we started talking again, and that kind of came back into us getting together. I remember when I asked you out, we were like laying down in my bed watching TV, and then I was just like, "Hey, do you want to go out with me?" And you're like, "Yeah, where are we going?" And I was like, "No, like, do you want to go out with me?" Like, "Oh yeah, I'll go out with you." Like, "Yeah, sure." So I was like, you didn't really know what to do on that situation.
I was an awkward person. I still am.
So yeah, that's a big then. And then my funny story I want to tell too is that like when you first met my family, we were hanging out in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
We had Pizza Hut,
Yeah.
and my mom and that our old house used to have a very small dining like a kitchen table and then a dining room table.
Let me explain this, okay? Because when I first met you, and you were a big family of 6, and you're like all sit at this tiny little table
With
that
3
seats
chairs.
Yeah, like
3 chairs and 1 on the counter.
yeah, and you all would sit right next. I'm like, y'all eat right here. Like you guys are
With
a
the
big
little
family.
TV in the
And
kitchen.
there was like a huge long table that probably seated like 10 people, and they would sit in this tiny little circle.
Yeah, no, legit. Yeah, that's what we do. And then we'd always like fight over. My mom always sat underneath the TV. My dad always sat opposite of her. First come, first serve sat in between them, and then next to the counter. And then if you were late, you either stood up while you ate dinner, or you sat in the dining room, which nobody wanted to sit in the dining room because you were by yourself if you did that. So yeah, that's how that went down. But we're eating Pizza Hut, and then I made it. My mom freaking just got surgery on her leg because she's
Yeah.
rolling around her scooter, and we were making jokes, and I made a joke because we were like, oh, she's the Fast and the Furious, and I was like, yeah, like she's Paula Walker. I made this joke, and my mom just shoots milk at Desiray. I think it missed you, but she shot it at you, and that was like the moment where I was like, all right, dude, like Desiray's about it, like this is gonna work out perfect dating wise and stuff.
We've
But
been together for almost 9 years.
9 years, yeah, coming in this July.
Mm-hmm.
What day?
The 9th.
Ooh. What's our wedding anniversary?
The 8th.
Ooh. Yeah, we have lots of stuff going on. When did we buy our house?
The 11th.
Yeah. No, we moved in on the 11th. We bought the house like the 7th because we had to wait like 4 days afterwards.
I know it was in July.
Yeah, that was July.
Mm-hmm.
But no, we've had some. I mean, we don't have. I think we have a great relationship, but and it's funny because we have our up and downs, but our ups and downs are not compared to others' ups and downs.
What is this, a Facebook post?
Possibly, yeah. You know what I mean? Like
we've been through thick and thin, ups and downs.
You know that when someone says like all the stuff we've been through, you knew someone cheated on them.
Somebody cheated.
Or the joint Facebook accounts.
Yeah.
If someone has a joint Facebook account, you know that someone cheated.
Yes.
And they have to watch each other's account. That's legit what that means.
But then I just want to know who did it.
I know. Then you want to be cheese one side and you can't do it. And you're like texting people.
I'm like, just tell me.
I know. I'm always texting people like, yo, like, do you know this? I'm a detective. If you ask me, I'm pretty good at it. I won't tell the specific story. I won't tell the specific story of how I'm a detective, but I am a very good detective.
Man.
Was I right? The one girl. I'm not gonna name drop. I was looking at photos. I'm like, yo, I think she did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was completely right. And then asking another friend, she didn't want to say I was right. And then guess what? I was right. Yeah. But no, yeah. So a couple of things I just want to ask, as being my wife and you're being the guest today. When I initially came to you and said, hey, Jalen and I and Patrick and I are looking at doing a podcast, what was your initial thoughts?
That's cool.
That's it?
What do you want me to say?
Have you ever actually watched a full episode of our podcast?
Yes, I have.
A full episode?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
So I'll watch it. Okay, so I start them. I think y'all are so dumb. I just turn it off. I'm like, I can't with you guys, so I turn it off. But let me tell you, there's a lot of people who tell me they're like, oh my God, their podcast is so funny. I was watching the one last night, and I'm like, oh, dude, I haven't.
I honestly, I'm bad. Well, I'm not. I'm actually good because when I post them, I will I'll get out of the account.
Yeah.
But then I'll occasionally look and hop in, and sometimes you're like, it's like 30, 40 views in the first hour, and I'm like, whoa, this is, for us, that's huge. Yeah. That's huge. Like, our average is like 50 viewers. If you got all our episodes at 24, it's like 50, 60 viewers and stuff. So there's some episodes that blow up. Rashad's episode was awesome. I think he's one of the best we've had in a long time.
Rashad's funny.
Rashad's very funny. And I think one of his episodes was awesome. It made it so much fun. And it actually got a lot of views. And I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is cool. So, but then when you meet people, and then they're your peers. Like, it's not random people that I don't know. Mm-hmm. I know them. But then people will be texting me or see me in public. Oh, bro, when you talked about this in the podcast, and I'm like, that's weird
But
that
for
that's a
people to bring
thing.
it up,
Yeah, you know, because like in my head we do this and nobody watches. No, we do
Yeah.
this and Bobby and my cousin Tommy watch it. That's the only two
Yeah.
in my head that watch this podcast. And shout out to y'all because I know you're watching this. But like that's in my head, it's like nobody's watching this, nobody cares, and we're just doing it for
Yeah.
shits and giggles.
Yeah, like I mean, because podcasts are like the new thing. So I like watching them. So when you guys said you wanted to do one, it wasn't like I feel like when they first started coming around, I could really see where people like when they say they started up on YouTube and people's families were like, "What are you doing? Like, you're not gonna make a career or anything. Like that's a hobby, you know." But I think now that it's so normalized and everybody does do it or everybody does watch some sort of like content like this, that it didn't like I was like, oh, that's awesome. Like good for you guys. Like it's a hobby and hopefully it does turn into something bigger. But even if it doesn't, it's still something that like brings you guys joy to do.
Yeah. Like I say, like I've had conversations with my brothers and stuff when we sit there and we talk, and it's like, if the money comes, cool. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, right? If you're doing something you want to invest time, like I love doing this. If I could somehow make this my full-time job, I would. There's no
Yeah.
question about it. But it's also like some days I just want to hop in front of the camera by myself and just talk.
Yeah.
But it's like I need to have a conversation with somebody, which is hard.
Yeah, no, I get you.
And I want to do that. But it is tough doing that on your own. But it's just fun. I like it. I was always nervous. I always thought that I should have done some type of like YouTube and stuff and everything because I get told that I'm funny. I think I'm funny. Some people say I'm not funny, or they think I'm funny. They say that I think that I'm funnier than I am, but it's just fun. I just like it. It's cool, you know. But what are like if cause I wanted to bring this up too. My fashion
Your fashion? What about it?
has not changed.
No, it has not.
Since we've been
No, it has
together, I've been cargos, tennis shoes, and hoodie guy my entire life from high school to now.
Yeah.
If you could change some things about my fashion, what would it be?
I mean, I do like when you do wear, when you do wear like blue jeans, like your Jordans, like a nice t-shirt and like your chain. I do think you look nice like that. But I don't know. I think it's just so normal. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't really like care about those type of things. I guess.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
I would be the amount of hoodies you freaking own because there's way too many. And you wear them like t-shirts. You wear it once and you throw it to the side.
Well, yeah, because I work out in them and stuff.
But I do your laundry. And I have to wash
Don't be putting me out like nothing. You do my
hoodies
Yeah, you do.
a week.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. So one funny thing is that I haven't done my legit own laundry since the day Desiray and I moved in together. But I think it started because when we lived in your parents' house, the laundry room at your parents' house was just different. And it's kind of it was just awkward to go in there on my own. Because my parents had, like, when I lived there at the end of the time, they had, like, I never did laundry in my own house until I got older. And by the time I got older, my parents had newer laundry things. So it was like, you put the dish soap on in the tray, and you do this, and you do that. And then I moved in with you to your parents' house, and I'm like, yo, there's no tray. And you're like, just pour it onto the clothes. And I'm like, why would I do that? That's going to destroy my clothes. And you're like, no, that's just how you do laundry.
Yeah, because
they
were
like, no.
old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, yo, and then so you start doing it, and then just since that day, it's kind of just gone on to like, you doing my laundry.
Yeah.
So what are some things about when you do my laundry that you're like, why?
For sure, the amount of hoodies that you go through. And then second of all would be the damn underwear that has like holes in it.
Yeah.
Like throw it away.
That's a guy thing though. That has to be a guy thing.
Oh, it's 100% a guy thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what you have some sentimental value about those underwear, but it's weird. It's gross.
I remember when I used to work at the shop, I used to wear boxer briefs and then the spandex on top of my boxer briefs. And I wore that every day. So I was going through 2 pairs of underwear every single day when I went to work and stuff.
Well, and now, too, I don't even match your socks anymore. I just throw that in a pocket.
I don't match my socks either.
Because there's way too many. They all look similar, but Lawrence like, well, this one feels a little different.
Well, no, because you bought me Reebok socks, and one's like a white line, and they're white, and then one's gray line, and they're gray. I can't match those two together.
Yeah, but they already look old where the white looks gray.
No, they don't. The white ones look white. They're good. No, I think they're fine. I think they're good. The funniest. This is when I knew we were a married couple. We were arguing, and I was like, "Yo, like, don't be yelling at me my laundry." And you're like, "I can say what I want because I'm the one washing your underwear with the caca stains." And I was like, "Why would you? Why would you bring that up at this moment right now? Like, you have poop stains on your underwear, and I'm the one cleaning them. I don't say nothing about it." And I'm like, "Well, obviously you're saying something about it now."
Exactly. Okay, I'm a real one. I won't say
No.
nothing.
Oh, you did. You did that moment though. You definitely told me in my face of what you were doing. No. A big thing about our relationship too. Like now it's different because, like I said, we've been together so long. But like we had really big different families growing up. Mine, like we said, mine was a big family. Obviously, a lot of my brothers have been on the podcast, and my dad, my mom, 6 of us. We were pretty close. Not as you guys were, but we were, we all. And then one thing when I moved in with you is that like you guys don't like eat at dinner. You guys don't talk at dinner.
No.
They don't talk at dinner. Like we would sit there and eat dinner and everyone would just have their head down, eating their food, in and out in 10 minutes and sitting on the couch.
Well, most of the time it was me talking and nobody wanted to talk.
Yeah, I believe that.
I would just be like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Eating my food.
And then your family's really into, they still are, into watching TV.
Yeah.
Like we used to do that when we were younger, but as we got older, we didn't have TVs in the living room. We had TVs in our own room. So we never watched TV together.
Yeah, and like for the longest time, I didn't have a TV in my room.
Yeah,
like it was an old TV that like didn't have cable.
Box.
Yeah, it was like the box.
One of the first times I ever went over to her house, we're like hanging out, and she's like, "Yeah, it's my room." I'm like, "Oh, cool." She's like, "Yeah," and then she has the big TV, and she's like, "You want to play Mario Galaxy?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, let's play Mario Galaxy. I sat there.
I thought you were gonna get it on.
Dude, seriously,
and
legit
I was
did.
Like, you want to play the Wii?
Yeah, and I'm like sitting there for like 30 minutes watching her play Mario Galaxy on her Wii on this old school TV where it makes the static noise every time you turn it off and on. And she just plays.
And the wires are all messed up, so you had to
yeah. But she's yeah. Oh, this one's really hard because this and that. She's like, "You want to play?" And I'm like, "Nah, I don't really like play Mario Galaxy. I play like Call of Duty and Madden football."
Okay. You're too cool.
Dude, that was fun time. That was hilarious. I can't forget that.
And look at me. You married me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Marry the weirdos, okay?
Dude, seriously though, she was a weirdo. I didn't know you were a weirdo until I started like getting like a couple months into dating you. And then I started realizing, yeah, she's a bit of a weirdo.
How? Just because I played the Wii?
No. There's other things. I think maybe just a girl thing overall, and I guess like I didn't really date a lot of girls growing up. So I don't really know.
Yeah, so you don't have me to compare it to.
Yeah, but like you used to have like the erasers, and you're like into pens, and I'm like, who's?
That's a girl thing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like who's into pens on a normal day basis? Like I don't understand how people
in the medical field.
That's weird. That's just I don't like.
When I worked on the floor as a medical assistant, I would literally I would Sharpie my name on every single one of my pens because bitches out there would steal them. And I'm like, I know that's my damn pen, girl. Give me my pen back. I paid $15 for that pack of pens. Dude, I want my pens.
That's insane that you would do that stuff.
Well, I wrote so much. It wasn't like I was getting good use out of them. I had to sign so many documents. So now everything's electronic, so you don't really need it.
Yeah, no, that's easier. But no. And then going back to like we were talking about like our ups and downs and stuff, like I always remember I think we were like 2 years into dating. I was broke as a joke. And I think you had to pay for our Valentine's dinner.
Yeah.
And stuff. And I was just like, I can't believe. I know you didn't care, but I cared, right? I was because you were already working a job. I was still in high school.
Yeah.
And I was this just sucks. Can't believe I did this and that. You'd have to drive us around everywhere first year of dating.
Everywhere. In my little
Hyundai Santa Fe, dude. The old school Hyundai Santa Fe. Oh my God. I think couldn't turn, had no power steering.
Yeah.
No AC. We'd have to turn the windows down, drive it out and about. And you'd just be like all sitting there.
And then if you went over like 60 miles an hour, it'd like
start shaking. Dude, we used to think big dates were going to like the zoo in Denver.
Yeah, it was fun.
That was a big date to us. That was our first year anniversary. We went to the zoo.
Yeah.
And got Qdoba. Mm-hmm. And that's when the freaking Siri said QDOBA, and now we can't get over it when it said QDOBA.
Yeah.
Oh man. No. With my family, what's something different that you see within my brothers that you're like, I just never had that. Like it's just weird to you, right? Like what
That
is
y'all hug.
really?
So me, Kat, and Jasmine, we were all talking about this when we were at the gym the other day.
Really?
That it is very weird that you guys all hug. Like that was something that was really hard for me to like do when I got. And then you're like, go hug my grandma. I'm like, dude, I don't even hug my grandma. Like, I'm not hugging your grandma. Like, so that was like a hard adjustment. Was like the touchy feely love that you guys are all.
Wow.
You guys are very touchy feely.
That's not something I thought you'd say.
No, that's a big one that I was like, this is weird. I don't even tell my mom like now I do when I leave. I'm like, love you, bye. But it's not like, I love you.
Yeah.
And I hug her.
People give me shit because if I'm on the phone with my brothers, I'll be like, all right, man, love you. And I'll say bye. And they're like, oh, like, who is that? Your mom? And they're like, my brother. And like, you tell your brother I love you? And I'm like, yeah, it's my fucking brother. What would I tell him? Like, what do you mean?
And
people
it was
like,
weird.
That's,
a lot of
that's
people
weird.
don't do that.
I can't believe that. That's insane. Because even like when we're mad at each other and shit, we still say I love you.
Well, like my mom would always like yell at us like if we ever said like I hate you.
Yeah.
Or anything like that. Like if we said that, we would have to go and tell each other like I love you, but I don't like you right now. We literally would have to go say that. So I've never really said that to my siblings a lot either. It's a little weird. Even when I say it now, I'm like, oh, love you. It's like feels like awkward. I'm like,
I do know a good question to ask too is like, so living in Fort Lupton, you're not that oblivious, or not oblivious, but like Mexican traditions.
Yeah.
Right? And I'm not the most Mexican dude out there.
Yeah.
I'm wearing cargo shirts and a hoodie right now. That's how Mexican I am. And what are some things that like my dad's he's the cheddar. He's the freaking beaner. He's freaking big time. What are some things that my dad's done as we've been together and you're like, that's very Mexican, or I couldn't do that, or this and that? Like what's some things you like? Like I've offered you like liver and stuff and you wouldn't eat liver.
I just won't eat liver. Like I'll eat tripas. I love all that stuff. Like menudo. I eat all of that. Like even in my own family, because my grandpa, I mean, he's my step grandpa, but he's Mexican and he's always been in my whole life. So I consider him my grandfather. And I mean, I was always around that. I grew up around his family and then my best friend's Hispanic. So then I just always grew up around that thing. So nothing ever like weirded me out. I don't know. I guess and my dad would always like go like they would like kill the pig to like roast them and stuff like that, but I never watched it, so I guess like if I ever had to see that, that'd be weird. But nothing that he's ever done surprised me.
That's
I
good
don't
to
know.
What about when you took to that rancho for our wedding?
Oh hell no. No, so this is what this guy does. Okay, so his dad, my father-in-law, I love the man to death. Okay, we're planning our wedding. We're looking at venues. We're going around, touring all these places, keeping our options open, trying to figure out where we want to have our wedding. And Lencho comes up, he's like, Desiray, I know this great place. He's like, I'm going to take you out there tomorrow.
Let's go check it out.
And I'm like, all right, cool. He's like, it's a ranch. So I'm like, all right, cool. Maybe it's like this nice ranch. And like, I'm not opposed to having a ranch wedding if it's nice. I'm not kidding you. We pull up and I'm like, this man is out of his goddamn mind. We pull up, and no shame to the people, no hate, okay? But we pull up, and it is this rickety old, not even a barn. Like it looks like if OSHA went there, this place is condemned. You cannot enter this building.
I think it's that bad.
There is a little like metal merry-go-round on the side.
There was
there's a porta potty over here. There's an elliptical over here. There's some broken down cars over there. I'm like, oh my God. And I get off the car and I see my mother-in-law. She gets off the car and I look at her. I'm like, no. Like, no. You and your dad are like, this is
time,
great.
bro.
We can put this here.
We can put the DJ up here. We got this here. This is the VIP.
And then you go inside the barn. Okay, I didn't even mention that. You go inside the barn. And there's like this kind of makeshift second floor that I'm sure if you had 20 people on, that thing was going to fall through. And on the walls, there was no like, what would you call this?
Drywall.
Like drywall. It looked like it was just plastered with cardboard, boxes from like beer boxes. I'm like, no. And they're all about it. We get in the car and I'm like, no.
We're not doing it.
Hell no. We are
No,
not. I don't care. I don't care how much it costs.
My
We
dad
are
was
not
so
doing
bummed.
it.
I tried. This is what it is. I tried. And we're like, dude, I'm sorry, man. And he's like, no, I get it. I mean, it's what it is. But, I just, man, I thought it'd be really cool to do it there. And then the funny part is the guy's like, and just remember, like, this is a rancho, so it's not going to be that clean for the wedding.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to pick up, but we're not going to make it that clean for the wedding.
Oh, hell no. You had to have been there. You had to have seen it. Like, I wish I took photos of it just so I could show other people.
You should have.
I was just astonished. I was like, this man's out of his day.
It would have been the stereotypical, like, Mexican wedding that I assume that people do. I don't know. I've never been really to a Mexican wedding. Not all the Mexicans get married.
I think they do.
How many Mexicans do you know got married? All right, my point proven.
Well, out of your friend group, we're us and one other person are the only ones who've gotten married.
But I'm just in general, like, I don't know. None of my cousins have got married.
Well, damn.
And point proven, don't I? And they're all Mexican. And they're not married.
I don't know. Okay.
Dude. What about my brothers?
What about
What's
Well, I mean, so I went to
rank them right now.
What do you
Rank
mean?
my 3 brothers right now.
I'm
Favorite to least
not,
favorite.
No.
Favorite to least favorite.
No, because
What's something? Okay,
your
I want to go
brothers get
something
real sensitive.
just because I know they'll take it in good
No, they won't.
in good moods. What's something you love about Jalen? We live with Jalen. So Jalen,
Yeah, I
we lived
lived with
with.
him.
We were roommates.
For a whole year.
For a whole year, a little longer, because like a 13-month lease. So
Yeah.
it was a little longer. What's something you love about Jalen? Then what's something you're like, God damn it, Jalen?
No.
You got come on.
I love Jalen. He's like a brother to me.
What do you love about him? What's something like, God, that's awesome about Jalen? That's why
He's
I
a
love him.
very hardworking man, and he loves his family, and he cares very much about everybody.
Yeah. When we were roommates with Jalen, what was something you're like, God damn it, Jalen? God, stop doing this. Why are you like this? He's so messy.
I love you, Jalen. But I pray for Kat. I pray for that lady. I'm a girl. Godspeed. Because just being with that man for a year, I was like, how did your mom do it?
Dude, it was bad.
Yeah.
And I'm not clean either. I'll say that. I'm not a clean guy.
I'm not the cleanest person either, okay? Like, I know.
Just made your mic on?
Is it on?
I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So it died on RJ last time we did a podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but yeah, no, Jalen's messy. That
Jalen
dude,
is
his
messy,
car
yeah.
all the time. Remember his car would have like a smell?
Yeah.
And we're
it
like,
smelled
Jalen, what?
fish.
We're like, Jalen, what is this smell?
It
And Jalen's like,
smelled
there's no
fish.
like. I checked it, I cleaned it. There's no smell. And we're like, Jalen, this car has a stench to it, and we can't figure it out.
I had to sit with the window rolled down.
And he gets so mad at us, like, bro, like we like going to King Scoopers to get groceries, and he gets so mad at us, like, bro, it smells so bad.
We're
Jalen.
like, let's just take my car.
Yeah, dude. Oh my goodness, we used to drive all the time.
Bad.
The best is when if you ever drive off 104th and you coming west off 104th and 85, and you're coming down, you pass those tracks. And she used to have a little Honda Accord, little small freaking Honda Accord, a little beater. And I came in hot, and I hit the bump, and I just remember Jalen just
It's a big divot.
skyrocket up, and then boom, bro. And he's like, "What the fuck, dude? What are you doing, man?" And we could not stop. Like, he was in the air for a couple seconds. It was hilarious.
It was like slow-mo.
Oh man, I used to gag and make him throw up.
Yeah.
He gets so mad when I do that. That was hilarious. He used to get all pissed at us. I don't know why I'm living with you guys. That guy's too much.
He chose us.
He did choose us. Yeah, dude, totally fine. Let's do it. What's something you love about Patrick?
He's very now. Okay. He's very he's very sweet. He loves kids. Like, he's very softy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean now? What do you mean he's sweet now?
Because when he was in high school, he was a jerk. I love you, Patrick. You are a changed man. Okay. Because I was just telling your mom the other day. I was like,
Today. That was the other day. It was today.
Was it today?
Yeah, we were with them today.
No, I think it was yesterday. I
Maybe.
can't remember. But I was telling them, I was like, man, in high school, I did not like Patrick. I did not like Patrick. He was just...
He dated a lot of your friends.
He
He
did.
did date a lot of your friends.
Not like date. They talked.
They talked.
Yeah. But he was just an asshole. To say the least, he was.
Which is funny because if you reverse that, everyone says about Jalen, not Patrick.
Yeah, like I don't know. Patrick just is. I don't know. He was something else. I just didn't really care for him in high school. And now look at me.
Yeah.
The Nina
The
to
Nina
his daughter.
to his daughter.
I never saw that happening. That was never on my bingo card for life. But yeah.
Yeah, that's what happens. And
Yeah.
then, what's something you don't like about Patrick?
He's very sensitive in the same way.
In the same way.
He's very sensitive. He's very sensitive. You have to be careful what you say. He's just sensitive. He's a sensitive man.
He's a sensitive. He's a good man. What is it?
He's
What's
a
that?
good man, Liam.
Then Ramon. What's something you like? What's something you love about Ramon? What's about Ramon?
Ramon just is like my little brother because he's the same age as my little brother, so I see them.
It is crazy
The
because like
same,
we
yeah.
talked about it that when we got together, like I said, we were together the second time. I was 16 when we got together.
Yeah.
So he was
16,
13.
17.
So he was
Yeah,
13
he was
years
little.
old. He was a middle schooler. Like he was a
Yeah.
baby, bro. Baby, we have photos of us together with him with us, and he was just like still
So
wearing his
little.
neon shirts and neon
Yeah.
shorts and little tennies.
And he was all bald.
Yup,
And
yeah.
with his little glasses.
Oh man, that little kid, dude. I freaking miss that little boy. He's still a little brat, but I miss that little dude. He's still a brat today. What's something you don't like about Ramon?
He has an attitude.
He has an attitude.
But I feel like everybody, like even me at that age, okay, he's 21. Like we all still have that teenage attitude where we're like, I don't care what you say. I'm going to do what I want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't blame him for it because I did it too.
What's something you love about my dad?
Your dad? He's very nice. And he's very loving.
He's too nice.
He's a very nice man.
I love the story of when you guys went to state last year and you were pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are like running into Pep Center and you had to pee.
Well, so yeah, I'm like I like not really big pregnant.
It
I'm
was
already. I think I was
no.
already past my halfway point.
No, because state's in February, Sonny was born in May, so you were 7 months.
Yeah.
So you were big.
Yeah.
You were big.
And we're like it
Like
it was
big.
cold.
Like you were big.
Okay, chill out, fool. I wasn't even that big. God damn.
Goddamn.
No, I think it was like raining or something. It was cold. And we're like trying to run into the building. And I'm like, I can't run. I'm going to pee my pants. And so he's like, are you okay? Like he's like trying to get me into the building. So
That's funny. I think about like my dad being a father of 4 boys. And he just never thought. There's no way my dad had a thought in his mind he'd be caught one day
yeah.
running with his daughter-in-law, 7 months pregnant, having to pee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I bet he never thought of a situation like that. There's no way that came across his head.
Yeah.
Man, what's me don't like about my dad?
I love everything about your dad. I don't think there's anything that your dad's ever done to like bug me.
Come on. No, my dad is pretty cool. I will say that.
He knows too many people. I feel like everywhere we go, he has to stop and talk to somebody.
Yeah, no,
He's too nice
Yeah, he's
because he
too
talks
nice.
to everybody.
And then the worst part is he doesn't remember people's names.
No.
He doesn't remember people's names at all.
Uh-uh.
But then he'll talk to them like they've known each other for 20 years.
Yeah.
Oh, what's up, man? Dude, oh, man, how's your kids? Oh, they're doing good. Oh, that's awesome, man. Yeah. Oh, who's that guy? I can't remember his name. Like, I don't know who that guy was. I'm like, what? He's like, I don't know who that was at all. I can't remember. Oh, but he knew your name. He's like, yeah, I don't know. I was like, damn, Dad, that's crazy. My mom. You're like best friends. What do you love about my mom?
What do I love about your mom?
Yeah.
I mean, she's like one of my best friends. I can talk to her about everything.
Too much. Talk to her about too much.
I do.
Yeah. They be knowing all my business, dog. All my business.
Sometimes I have to catch myself. I'm like, Desiree, you've been cussing way too much. Like you're doing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, stop. Because I'm just comfortable around her. So yeah. She's
What do you
one of
not
my
like
best
about my mom?
friends.
Bro.
I don't think there's anything I don't like about your mom.
Bro.
No, seriously.
I have a lot of things I like about my mom.
Also too, like when you're with somebody a lot, or like even like your best friend or you, like you get annoyed with people. But I mean, I get annoyed with everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's nothing that I don't like about your mom.
She's very, like, I think she takes the point of being a boy mom very seriously, to where like she just doesn't care about her feelings.
She doesn't care about her feelings.
Our feelings.
Oh, yeah.
She does not care about her feelings. Man the fuck up. And I'm like, bro, what? I'm crying to you right now. I don't want to fucking hear it. I'm like, God damn, Mom, sorry. Yeah. She's a little mean sometimes. Does she talk a lot of crap about us behind her back? About me. Does she talk a lot of crap about me behind my back?
What stays in our group chat stays in our group chat.
Dude. That stupid group chat, man, I swear.
Yeah, it's my sister-in-law and mother-in-law group chat.
What's the name of it?
Suegras and cuñadas.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ours is mine, Patrick and Ramon's is TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Mhm.
And then the one my dad is just Lencho's Kids.
Hmm.
Well, we have a text one, and then I think me, Patrick, Jalen, and Ramon have 3 separate group chats. We have one in text, one in Snap, one in Insta, and stuff. The one in Insta has no name. The Snapchat has the TMNT, and then the text message is called Ramon's Ugly Brothers. He put that on there. We just never changed it. It's like whatever now. And then we have one of my dad's called Lencho's Kids and stuff. But that group chat sometimes gets a little rowdy in there.
Yeah.
It's a little rowdy in that family group chat.
Yeah.
The Vasquez family. That's how you know you're in. When we added you to the Vasquez group chat, you know you're in. Because for a while we had a Vasquez family group chat, and then we had like a Vasquez family group chat, and it was just us boys and mom and dad, and that's where it went down. That'd be the ones like, you boys need to do this and do that, and they wanted to keep it separate from Desiray and all the ladies knowing, and I'd be like, yo, my mom just sent me this. Like I tell her right away. That's what's terrible. My family would be like, in this stays between us family, and then like a week later, I'm like, yo, like we got termites. Oh, we got bed bugs. We had bed bugs that one time. And mom was like, do not tell nobody, not even Desiree. And I was like, whoa. And she was like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm going to my aunt's. She's like, why? And I was like, well, how do I hide this? We have freaking bed bugs. Like, that freaking game over bed bugs, dude.
It happens.
Yeah. But I remember she was so mad. She was so pissed at Patrick. Patrick did it. Freaking Patrick Vasquez, that's his name. And he brought home bed bugs, and it was bad. Bad situation.
Did he bring it home from college?
I think it was college, yeah. And stuff. But man, I remember we had to like heat the whole house and stuff. It was
you gotta put like everything in like trash bags.
Well, then like they told us shoes and stuff just put in the center of the room and stuff, and then like the clothes, and they just freaking heat it up. Well, I had a pair of Crocs, and they shrunk my Crocs. My Crocs shrunk because of how hot it got. It was crazy. And then I think I got my pair of my dad's because he did the same thing. His Crocs shrunk from a size 15 to a 12, so I wore his Crocs. Yeah. But we'll cut it there because my mom gets really mad to talk about freaking having bed bugs. She really does not like those things. She still gets mad at it, bro. No, it cannot cut it. She won't watch this far in there. There's no way she watches this far in here. But yeah, no, I would be telling you the freaking drama. Like, yo, just so you know this happened. Just so you know, like this specific person's pregnant. Like, oh my god, like yeah, but I'm not supposed to tell you. So don't say nothing. But no, I want to say thing too. Like now, like we were together, boyfriend and girlfriend for 7 years. 7 years.
We got engaged at like 6 years.
But like boyfriend, and yeah, same thing. We were together before marriage, 7 years, and then our 7th year anniversary came before our wedding, the day before our wedding, and then day after. As husband and wife, with us being such a young couple, right? Not very. I know there's younger couples, but we're a young couple being husband and wife. What are some things that you're like, man, like I'm still the child? Because you say it, like you got to grow up and all do some stupid stuff. What are some things about me that you're like, I hope one day he grows out of?
I don't think like I don't know.
No, you have something. You smiled when I said it. There's something in your mind.
Like the love that you have for like Batman.
Really? That's what gets you for Batman?
No, like to me, like
no, don't back up on it now.
No, like the not like Batman specifically. I mean, like superheroes. But I know that I always thought that was weird. I was like, damn, this fool really likes superheroes. But then like your whole friend group's like that. Your whole friend groups. So I'm like, is that like just a Lorenzo thing?
Certain people in the friend group, but yeah.
Or is that like a boy thing? You know? So
yeah. No, yeah. That is something.
I think it's cute.
All right. I mean, it's not. I'm a man. You don't say it's cute, but
it's cute.
It is what it is. I thought headphones would be up there.
That I'm just like, why? Why do you need it? This man, okay, has like 20 pairs of headphones. Okay, he buys a new one, he uses it, and then he's like, oh look, I want to buy another one. I found these ones on Marketplace for like $20. I'm like, why do you need another one?
Because
They all do the same thing.
Because they're for
You
$20.
listen to music. It doesn't matter if it was for $20. You already have a pair. So why use those pairs?
I don't know. I can't defend myself right now. It's hard defending myself against you because you just see through everything I say.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Like when Patrick and Bobby are here and stuff like that, or Jalen, I'm able to to talk through it and be like, well, this and that, and then they probably still call bullshit on me, but they don't say it. But you'll just call me bullshit, so it's hard on that.
Bullshit.
No.
You get mad because they can always tell when you're lying.
No, you can't.
I think that's like a I don't know. Like I feel like I can easily tell when you're bullshitting people.
No. Oh, yeah. But the thing with my bullshit people is I make it.
When
I think
you're
I make it
bullshitting or when
obvious.
you're lying.
I make it obvious. I think I make it obvious. I try being obvious, like sarcastic with it.
No.
Yeah. The best are Cat and Jazz. I love Cat and Jazz. Oh my God, I love freaking getting them. It's hilarious. I'll be telling them the most random story in the world. Like, yeah, one time I was sitting there and I was on a boat and the sailor just told fuck you, and like shot a gun at me. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, why would you do that? And they're just like, oh my God, and what happened, friend? It's mostly Jasmine.
Yeah,
Jasmine's really gullible. I love her to death. But and then Desi, then I'm like telling us a bullshit story, and you just hear Desiree in the background like he's lying, and I'm like, why would you mess it up? Like I'm going through this right now, working on my craft, and you're just ruining it.
Because why you gotta lie?
Because it's funny.
No.
Like that's the point. It gives me joy in life. Does it not give you joy in life to lie?
No.
It gives me a lot of joy in life to lie. That's why I think I like poker. I'm not good at poker, but I like poker because you gotta lie. That's fun. That's fun.
You think you're crazy?
No.
But no, I don't think there's anything big that you
good.
do that's childish to me.
It's good to know. That's a lot good. I definitely thought there was gonna be a couple things in there you're gonna be like, you can change on this. You would do that Doorables thing for a second, and I was like, this is getting a little.
I just like collecting them.
Yeah, you haven't bought it. You haven't bought it in a while.
No, I gave up after I didn't find Bing Bong.
Oh, is he gone or what? Like that character's gone. Why don't you ever just look online, get them on?
Because I'm not gonna do that. I want the surprise.
But then what did you ever do with where are they?
They're at my work.
They're all at work.
Yeah, I display them.
What about the duplicates?
Oh, I tried to trade them with one of my other coworkers who also collects.
You're just trading. What about the ones you can't trade?
I have it in a little pile, just in case.
Just in case you lose one?
Yeah.
No one's ever stolen any?
Nope.
That's kind of surprising.
Well, I work with old people, so.
That's true. That's very true. When you send me a video, I can never.
There's only probably 3 people in that entire building who are close to my age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of old people there.
Yeah.
Specifically my mom. She's old.
Your mom's not old.
She's 48.
Didn't she just turn 47? Or 46?
No. My dad's 49, so she's 48.
No, she's 47.
No.
Yes.
Call her right now. My phone's recording. Call her right now. Little backstory. My mom's old.
She's not
That's
old.
basically the whole story. She was born in 1977. So how many? 1977. Yeah, she's 40. She's 48.
She's 47.
Hello?
Hey, quick question.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
How old are you?
Why?
Just answer it. How old are you?
48.
Bang! I knew it!
I thought you were 47.
I knew it, Mom.
Babe, am I 48 or 47?
She don't even know.
She just turned 48.
Babe. No, babe, Desiree's asking. Am I 48? I'm 48.
Told you.
Huh?
I told you.
I'm 48.
Thank
I'm
you.
48.
Just
I
so you guys
tried to
know.
I tried to make you younger. I thought you were 47.
Well,
Okay.
thank you.
Well, thanks. Bye.
Just so you guys know, I'm the smarter one of the couple. And that's the truth.
No.
How not?
No.
How not?
You're not the smartest.
How would you, what do you mean? How would you dictate who's smarter out of us?
Me.
How?
Because it's me.
It's not though.
It is though.
No. I'm definitely smarter. Trivia-wise and everything, I'm way smarter than you. Like overall general knowledge, I'm smarter than you. What was your GPA in high school?
No, yo, damn. Bitch.
What was your GPA in high school?
What was yours?
What was yours?
What was yours?
What was
Say
it at the same
now.
time?
Ready?
1,
1,
2, 3, 3.0.
3.2.
Oh my god! That's stupid. You took AP classes. And you
I
damn near failed. You
did.
damn near failed.
It don't matter.
You
Because
damn near failed. You
I
damn
got
near
a C.
failed.
A C, which is a B.
It was, huh? That's
Yeah.
stupid. That's stupid how that used to work out.
Yeah.
I used to hate those things.
Don't take AP classes, guys.
Don't. I never did one. Choose the
Don't
reason why I
do.
never did, because I was like, dude, I'm not doing that with the freaking the way she
There,
explained it.
if you can do like a
Like we have
community
high schoolers
college,
watching this show.
you do. I know all your little wrestlers watch.
They watch like 10 seconds and they shut it off, I'm assuming.
Who knows? They probably won't watch this one because it's me.
Yeah.
I think that they don't like me.
No, they do.
But anyways,
They do.
let me say my little tidbit. If you can, take a community college. Don't take an AP course because you still have to try to pass the test. And if you don't get a certain point on the test, isn't it like you have to get like a 4 or a 5?
I never took AP.
I think you have to get like a 4 or a 5, and that's hard to get just to even get the college credit. So you might as well just go take a regular college course, and sometimes it's easier, and you don't have to take a crazy test. But anyways, yeah, I think that they're scared of me.
Yeah, but then they don't like you.
I don't know.
I just think it's that you're an adult.
I guess so.
Like they're
I
kids.
forget that I'm an adult.
Right?
I still think I'm like 17.
Dude, it's weird.
Yeah.
And we're just here with a freaking child chilling.
Yeah, and then
and
like
just me and you here.
like when I'm coaching and they're like, Miss, I'm like, don't call me Miss. I'm not middle aged, okay?
I still get called Zoe because I'm only 24. You're 26. But
No. So I tell them like whenever they're like, Miss, I'm like, just call me Des. Just call me Des or Coach. Like I'm fine with either of those. Do not call me Miss. Don't call me ma'am. Like
Yeah.
it makes me sound like I'm old.
no. Coaching skills too though. It's cool though too because they're funny, man. They're funny. They like those high schoolers they're raw. They're raw. And then you hear the stories and you're like, I can't believe.
No, I
they
sit
think
there
like
and I'm
that.
like, did I talk like that? I had to like put myself, I'm like, was I talking like that when I was 17, 15, whatever? I'm just like, Jesus. So there's a lot of times where I'm like, guys, watch your language. Guys, watch your mouth. I don't want to hear it. Like, save that for later. Please don't let me hear it. Like, man, some of these kids, they got some
Potty mouth.
Oh yeah.
Potty mouths.
Yeah.
Legit. Like I have a potty mouth. I'm not gonna go against it. But some of these kids have potty mouths than I have, and I'm like I cuss like in every other sentence usually
Yeah.
on a normal day to day. I've been getting bad. I've been cussing in front of my mom a lot. My dad gave me the okay, but my mom, she didn't, and I'm like today I was talking like, what? Oh my god, this shit's going down, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really just waiting for the day for her to tell me like, yo, you gotta stop that, but she hasn't done that yet.
She has.
No,
She's called you out directly about this podcast that you cuss too much.
that's very different. That's very different because
How is that different? She's saying you're cussing.
I don't know. It's just me. I just what I do. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
but no, there's a lot of questions I want to ask you, but it's like, what, like, how would you rate our sex life?
I don't want to talk about that on the internet.
See, that'd been fun. That'd been fun to talk about, but no, you don't want
not
to talk
really.
about it. Why not? I mean, it's just like a great. People do that, right?
What?
Sex,
Yeah.
they do it.
Everybody does it.
It's not bad, right?
No?
We almost got caught our first time. That was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Did we not?
Yeah.
That was.
I was
Hilarious.
talking to Jasmine and Kat about this the other day.
Yeah, Jalen
Yeah.
almost caught us.
He's like, hey. And I'm like, what?
Ah, dude, that was bad.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness sakes. We were children, bro. We were wild back
Yeah.
then. I remember one time we tried doing it in your car, and I got a cramp after a football game. We couldn't do it because I got a cramp in my leg. What about when I got cramps at Buffalo Wild Wings? Remember? We weren't having sex at Buffalo Wild Wings. We were just at Buffalo Wild Wings. And it was after a football game, and I got double leg cramps at Buffalo Wild Wings, and I was like in the middle of the street.
I thought you were going to cry.
Dude, they're bad, dude. Cramps are bad. Like, I will go down and say that like a hamstring cramp is worse than what cramps women get during a period.
No.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
I think you're crazy.
I definitely believe that.
No,
Because
because I've
your
gotten
cramps-
cramps in my legs and my feet when I was pregnant. And no, they were nowhere near.
Did I say pregnancy or period?
No, I'm saying when I was pregnant, that's the most times I've got cramps in my legs. And those nowhere compared to.
But have you ever
my
got a
period
cramp
cramps.
after playing football for freaking 3 hours, being dehydrated, showing up, walking around, and just getting a cramp? And you're like, you ever felt that? I don't think you have.
I felt childbirth, so.
Yeah, no, you didn't. You
Yes, I
had
did.
epidural.
I felt it on half of my
Bro,
body.
and I think I told this story. I fainted when she had my son from the epidural. how much of a man, how much respect did you lose from me as a man when that happened?
I didn't lose any respect for you. I just laughed. I just
I
thought it was
still to
funny.
this day, if he would have never told me, I would have never known that I fainted. I
Yeah.
didn't think I did.
Well, yeah, because you don't remember. Because you literally just beep.
That's
You
crazy.
wake up and you're like, whoa.
I just remember I'm getting hot. All right, let's get to the ground. Then I went to the ground. That's
You
all I
went
remember.
right
How
into
long
my
was
lap.
that?
Probably like 4 seconds.
That's a long time.
I
That's a
was
long
sitting there-
time.
I was sitting there holding my pillow, just trying not to move because they're putting the epidural on my back, and I'm just laughing.
I just built it up so much in my head. I was so nervous. I didn't want you to pick me. I did not want you to pick me. And what did you do?
I picked you.
You
You're my
picked me.
husband,
Yeah, but still.
the father to my child.
Yeah, that was
gonna
the
pick
that was
you.
the fun part. Let's just leave it at that. That was just the father. Like I'm gonna be there in the other stuff.
Well, now I know. So
Yeah.
next time it'll be my mom.
No, you can't. I know what it is now. Like,
Ugh.
dude, if I go 2 for 2, bro, that'd be terrible, man.
If you
That
did
would
it a
be
second
bad,
time,
bro.
then I would start losing some respect. I'd be like, all right, bud, let's go.
It'd be hard. I mean, it's just like
Hey, at least you didn't faint when I pushed out the child.
that's when I thought I was gonna do it. If I were to faint, that would have been the moment. That should have been the moment.
Mhm.
And then you were telling me like childbirth smells so gross, and then
Well,
I was
that's
like,
what I heard. That
it's-
a lot
it-
of people say that it smells really bad.
it
And-
smells terrible.
Well, I can't smell myself because it's literally coming out of me, so I don't smell anything.
No, it smelled it. It was bad. It was bad.
Well, thanks. You really made me feel.
No, I got you. I'm just telling you the truth. Like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like
It's supposed
it
to be
was.
a beautiful moment. And you're like telling me. I
It
smell
was.
bad.
I mean,
Thanks.
ours was kind of crazy. But our son shot out of you and almost fell and hit the ground.
Yeah.
Like he legit almost freaking. He was.
Did you tell the whole birth story on here?
I don't think I have. I don't think I ever told the whole birth story.
Hmm.
Do you want to tell the story? We can tell the story.
You can tell the story.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So basically, Desiree goes into labor. She's fighting that she wants to go into labor. They're like, I don't know yet. And then she's like, no, he's coming right now. I can feel him coming.
Yeah, I'm like
And-
9.5, but they're like, no, you're not 10 yet, so you have to wait.
Yeah. And she's like, no, look, I need to go. So they're like, all right, we're going to have you, like, try and push. And they go, all right, we see the head. He's coming. Like, he's coming right now.
Well,
Let's go.
so first they had told me, because it had already been 18 hours since my water had broken, that
Dude, how about, hold on, let's start from the beginning. We thought she was getting induced on like a Thursday. We
A
thought
Wednesday,
a Wednesday.
Wednesday.
We thought we were going to get in and out on fucking Wednesday, dog. We thought we were going to have the kid Wednesday night.
because nobody even told me either that sometimes with an induction process, when they induce you to have the baby, that it could take a very long time. And
Days.
because they induced me 3 weeks early because I was having high blood pressure, nobody told me that it can take even longer because I'm not dilated at all. So they had to force me to dilate. So it just, like the first whole 24 hours, they were just, I didn't die. I was at a 1 the entire time.
Yeah.
And then they gave me the balloon. I thought I was going to die. My life was flashing before my eyes. And
My
then
mom
that's when
hates
I-
me for
when
that
I got
moment.
the epidural.
Mom hates me because, like, I guess I slept and I mean,
No, that was
like,
when I was pushing.
No.
Yeah.
It was before you were pushing though.
No, because they had already inserted the balloon before they got there. Remember? Because they showed up with breakfast.
But I was just gonna say in general, like you
Oh,
were
yeah.
in pain.
Yeah.
And I was sleeping because I'm like I'm a hardworking man, and I'm like, yo, like, babe, I got you. And then I fell asleep. Her mom's there, my mom's there, her sister there. They can help out a little bit. A little bit they can be there,
This is when
like,
I was pushing. I remember.
and figure it out. And no, but then it was before you
Yeah.
started. It was like the morning. It was that morning. It was that
Yeah.
maybe an hour, 2 hours before. And I just wake up, and my mom's just like, I can't believe it. Get
Well, so
up, Lorenzo.
this is Friday morning. So I got induced on Wednesday. And I didn't have until Friday morning.
Wednesday at like noon.
Yeah.
Like Wednesday at noon, we got in there.
Yeah. And I didn't
And
have until Friday morning. I was in labor for 44 hours.
that's crazy, bro. I've heard the stories that people say that, and I never
I was
believed
in
it.
labor for 44 hours.
And that's yeah.
Active labor, where it's like where you're pushing, I only pushed for like 20 minutes.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah, I was like, I need a push now. Like it's like hurting. Well, and I'm also the epidural was only working on half my body, so I was feeling all the pain on the other half. So I'm like, no, like it's hurting really bad. I feel the pressure, and the anesthesiologist comes in. He gives me like an extra dose of it to numb my whole body.
And it makes you throw up.
Oh yeah, then I throw up.
You got
Every
really
single time he
nauseous.
does it, I throw
Yeah.
up. And so now I'm like about to push. And because they tell me, they're like, if we can't see his head, you have to get a C-section. And I'm like, I did not just sit for 44 hours to get a damn C-section.
Just C-section, yeah.
Like, I'm pushing this baby out of me. And there's nothing wrong with getting a C-section, but I was determined. So I push, and they see his head. And then...
She makes me go see his head. And I asked her, when we get into that situation, all I ask you is to not have me look. Because I had watched videos when I was in, like, college for, like, human development, and I almost fainted watching the videos. I saw a video, and I don't know how the video came about, but I watched the video, and this woman's pushing, and they have to cut her. They grab scissors, and they have to cut her to have the baby come out.
Because the head's too big.
It scarred me. And I was like, bro, I was watching the video and almost threw up watching the video. And then I watched it in class and I almost threw up watching it in class. And I was like, yo, when we get to that point, this is like 3 years before we even had our kid. This is ahead of time. I'm telling her, like, yo, when we eventually get to this point, all I ask you is you don't have me look. And she's like, I'm definitely going to have you look. Like, you have to look. As a husband, as the father of the child, you have to look down there. And I'm like, I don't think it's good for our relationship if I do. In a game time moment, we're sitting there, and she's like, can you see the head? And I'm like...
You're like, you really want me to look? And I'm like, yes. You're like,
I did ask her. And I was like, yeah, he's there, he's coming, he's there. And it was a lot better than I thought it was going to be. But yeah, so then they go, and they have to, like we said, they had to go and cut her. Because my boy, he's a freaking big old head boy. His head
was too big.
Big old head. Well, and then as they do that, like, she's getting ready, and he's almost out. And Desiree goes...
Well, so his head was out, and the cord was wrapped around his neck. Like, 1 to 2 times almost. And the doctor was unraveling it, the cord, and that she, like, had turned around to, like, grab a tool or something. But the nurse on this side of me was telling me, okay, push. And they weren't communicating together. So I push, and he freaking flies out of me. And the doctor, like, turns just in time to, like, catch him by, like, the leg.
Yeah.
Like, by his, like, ankle. And there's a bag there, like, underneath you to, like, catch a lot of, like, the fluids and everything. So a bag still would have caught him, but...
But still, the thought of it. And then my mom and her mom were like, oh, my God. Like, it was a terrifying moment and stuff. And then from there, they go and they actually go and put him aside. And he's not crying.
Well, so they only put him on me for like 2 seconds.
They literally threw it on her, cut the umbilical cord, and then ran over to take him to the IQ because he had the umbilical cord on his neck still at that moment.
Yeah, and he like wasn't breathing.
Nobody told me, first of all, that babies come out gray and their heads are deformed. Nobody told me this. I thought my son was a stillborn for a couple seconds, and then I thought my son had a deformed head for about 12 hours in my own thoughts, thinking that my son had a deformed head until someone told me, like, oh no,
you were
heads
there for like 20, 30 minutes because there was like a
NICU
nurse who was there, and she was in training, like a student.
Yes.
And she asks one of the other nurses,
and I overhear her ask it.
She's like, hey, are baby's heads supposed to look like that? And the nurse is like, yeah, like that's how they come out because, their skulls aren't fused, so it helps them go through the birth canal. And Lorenzo was like, thank you for asking that because...
I didn't tell her. I just told to myself. I was like, oh my God, like, I didn't tell her. Like, I didn't ask anybody, and I didn't tell her nothing. I was like, oh my God, like, thank that someone asked because I didn't know these things. So that was terrifying. I thought my son was going to be a freaking... I legit was like, my son's just going to grow up with a big head. Like, I legit was having, like, future
And he does
thoughts.
have a big head.
He does have a big head.
He's
but
in
it was like, it was cone head.
For his
Luckily, shout out my boy, Freddie. I warned him about it. And he's like, bro, you're not joking. My boy's head came out cone head. And he's like, if you wouldn't have told me, I would have freaked out. And I'm like, bro, not enough dads are mentioning these kind of things. Like, there's no dads commenting these things because you don't know what's going on, bro. Like, we us dads need to join together. And then Patrick's like, oh yeah, you didn't know about that? And I'm like, fuck you, bro. Of course I didn't know about this. Like, nobody told me about this. Yeah. And then he wasn't breathing, and Desiree's freaking out, and I'm like, he's fine. Like, they're doing, like, finally, and they got him crying and stuff. But it was a scary moment. Scary moment. I legit, after, it sounds like a pussy, but after he was born and everything was settled, I walked over and I, like, went to my dad's arms. I started crying in my dad's arm. I started crying to my dad, and I was like, that was terrifying, man. Like, that was so freaking scary. And he's like, yeah, I bet, like, you know, and stuff. My grandma, like, was praying. She prays for everything. I didn't know if she knew she was praying for, but she was praying for it. And yeah, that was a terrifying moment, dude. That was scary. And then we were there for a fucking week total at the hospital.
Yeah.
That was forever. I thought we were gonna never leave that fucking place.
Yeah.
That dude had jaundice, and I'm like, I was like,
Well, he had jaundice, and he had to get like some other blood work for other stuff done, and yeah,
man,
it was fun. And then he had like an irregular heartbeat,
yeah.
and so I guess it's not like irregular. It's just like when he sleeps, it goes really low, like a very
really low
resting heart rate.
Yeah.
So they had to do all these heart monitor tests, and then he had like
I forgot about
he has
that.
like this dimple like in his butt crack.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of the times, I guess, when babies have that, sometimes it means like their spinal cord fused to the outside of their skin. And if they have that, that means they have to get like surgery. So they see that, then he has to get an ultrasound done. He had probably like 40 different tests in his like few days of life.
Well, and the worst part is that when the heart rate one they did,
Oh.
they didn't tell us anything.
Yeah, so they had him hooked up to like these monitors to monitor his heart rate.
But all
And
they
then
told us,
also
like,
his,
all they
like,
told us was, like,
breathing.
we're taking him to the NICU.
Yeah, they
And
just.
the initial thought as a parent is like the NICU is the worst place to go.
Yeah.
Because it's the, high, like, that's the place where, like, the babies that are in really serious trouble, that's where they go.
Yeah.
And they're not telling us anything, so we just go right to the NICU. Then we're alone in the NICU, and then the alarm goes off 3 freaking times.
The alarm's just going off. His
nobody's
like, heart
coming
rate's
into
dropping,
the freaking thing,
and it's
dude.
just like, bah, bah, bah. We're
Yeah.
like,
They're like, if this alarm goes off, means his heart's dropping, and then it did like 3 times, and nobody's coming in there.
yeah.
And they're just like, oh no, he says a regular, like a slow heartbeat, he's fine. And we're like, it would have been nice if someone told us this before we lost our minds, like crying. We were legit in there. Desiree's freaking losing her mind. I'm trying to be strong to not cry. So
Yeah, it was a
look
rough
all
time.
weak, dude. It was crazy.
It
And
was
then
rough.
then other people like, oh yeah, like I was there for 3 weeks. I'm like, yo, fuck you, bro. Like, who cares? Like,
Yeah, everybody's
just hear
time's
my story.
different.
Hear my story and get over it. People think,
It was rough.
yeah. But now we got a healthy 9-month baby. Big
Yeah,
boy.
He's a big boy.
Big boy. I'm hoping he freaking grows up. And do you want him to do wrestling? Like, honestly, do you want him to do wrestling?
Yeah. When I go to those tournaments, though, some of those parents are crazy. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'm ready for that part of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The sport that I'm having like questions on is crazy. Is I'm having questions on football
Yeah, football's hard because, like,
at a young age.
yeah, and it's just, I think it's the amount of people who, it's the amount of hits to the head that's tough. Like, football, like, I know you love it, and it's, America's, like, national sport or whatever.
I don't say it with too much attitude.
Yeah, but, yeah, I think it's just the amount of blows to the head that people get. That's what's scary.
Yeah, no, it's terrifying. And that's like, a lot of things. Like I see the videos of there's kids and stuff, and they're like 5, 6 years old, and they're getting hit in the head. And I'm like, that's not
Yeah, I think
all right. I don't think I was 8 till I started playing like tackle football, which is still very young.
I think tackle football shouldn't start till you're almost in high school. I really do think.
I think middle school is the age to start.
Like 8th grade, but like
7th grade. I think like 7th grade.
no, I think that it needs to start later because like those little kids you should be. And granted, it's not as hard.
Yeah.
Their hits when they're that small, but still like.
Well, the bad thing when they're
smacking
small is like they
their
don't
heads.
know how to tackle, so they just put
Yes.
heads down. They just put their heads
They
down,
just put their heads down.
and that's where the damage comes. That's
Yeah.
where it gets very scary. That's why that's why yeah. So I fear that. I kind of question if I obviously wanted to play football, but it's like, do I wait until he's older and stuff, and one of those situations? But then
Mhm.
obviously you want like those memories of like a dad of like your kid just killing peewee football.
Yeah.
There's always those stories, and you just think of so cool.
Yeah, I think I'm just not ready for sports in general because parents just don't know how to act. Everybody thinks that their kid's gonna be a professional athlete, and it's like, sorry, little Timmy Sal,
Yeah, no,
get over it.
man.
Yeah, your kid's not a superstar. Sorry, hate to break it to y'all.
I want to do top 3, but I'm trying to think of a topic we can do for top 3. What are some things that in our relationship that you'd be like, let's do top 3? We do top 3 moments in our relationship. Oh, so cute, so cute.
I have a good memory, and then it's gonna feel like I'm like a bad person because
I have a
don't
great
know. You
memory.
have a great memory.
Yeah.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
While I think of some of mine.
Okay, so we'll go top 3 favorite moments in our relationship. Okay. Honorable mention is definitely when I lost my virginity to you. That was awesome. But that's honorable mention.
Thanks.
It was dope. Man, number 3, I think it's definitely a little more recent. I think top 3 was when we went to Disneyland not too long ago, and it's just having like the family moment.
Yeah.
Right, we had Sunny, and it was like me. Obviously, the whole family went, but just me, you, Sunny, walking around Disneyland was really cool. You love Disney, so I just like I have fun going to Disneyland because you enjoy it so much.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'd say that's my number 3. Number 2, honestly, okay. Before we start, everyone obviously know our wedding day and the day we have our child is probably top 1 and 2. Yeah, you can't just use those because we're gonna have copy them. But those are like automatically number 1 and number 2. Like I don't know which one I'd rank on top of each other. Probably the birth of my son, but those are automatically number 2. So we kind of just go to this. Number 2, I think a good one is when we took our like third year anniversary, and we went down to Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what Cane's chicken was. Never
Oh,
had
yeah.
it in my life. And Des is like, we need to get Cane's chicken. It's right across the hotel. I was like, all right. We got Cane's for lunch that day. I loved it. We got Cane's for dinner that night. Loved it again. We had Cane's for lunch before we left to Colorado Springs, and I loved it. We sat there in the hotel room on our anniversary because we're like, oh my God, we're going to go do all the things. We're going to walk Garden of the Gods. We're going to go check out all the things. The night of our anniversary, we literally sat in the hotel room, watched the Kamaru Usman Jorge Masvidal fight, and ate Cane's chicken. We were supposed to go to dinner to like a nice restaurant. We were gonna find a restaurant, and she was like, "I'm just fine with Cane's," and I'm like, "So am I. That sounds so good." So that to me, that's a good moment. I think that kind of dictates how our relationship actually is built.
Yeah.
Like that's who we are together. And then number 1, I mean, there's a couple that I kind of put in one. Those two is more that kind of stick together. Number 1, my favorite. Okay, now I got it. Is when you locked your keys in your car on Valentine's Day when you used to work at Salute, and I had to drive out there on Valentine's Day, and unlock your car, and you were just like crying.
Yeah.
I can't believe this. Oh my gosh.
Because we were gonna go out to dinner.
We were gonna go to dinner and stuff and everything, and then you're like called me like I locked my keys in my car, so I had to drive all the way to Brighton, get out there, and I'm like, oh my God. It'd be so easy if I had a wired hanger. And then we're like an hour into it, it's already getting dark. And you're like, oh, we have like 100 wired hangers inside the Salute. And I'm like, why would you not get one? It's a freaking pharmaceutical. Everyone knows what it is.
No, I mean, like, don't say I got the hanger from them.
No, there's no one watching this. From there.
You don't know.
But yeah, that was a funny moment because then you're just like, you just cried. I remember you just cried, and then we got home.
I cried.
And I don't even know what we did for dinner that night. It was just so late.
I
It was already so late that you were just like, oh my gosh. Yeah. But that's definitely that's probably my favorite moment, just as being a couple. Like, we weren't married. We were living in your parents' basement, eating freaking Maruchan all the time. Yeah, that was fun.
I've seen good times.
Yeah. If you were describing one word, what would you say?
Describe you?
The top 3.
Your top 3 that you just picked?
Describe one word.
Damn, why you gotta put me on the spot?
That's how we do top 3. If you would watch our shows, you would know that's how we do top 3.
I'm gonna say food. It seems like they're all based around food.
Yeah, we did gain a little weight being together, me and you.
Hey, I lost a lot of it. I was getting pretty high up there.
Me too.
So now my turn?
Yeah. So go from 3, 2, 1. You can have an honorable mention if you want.
Probably number 3, I remember when we used to live at the apartment and we had COVID. And we had Zeus and Dobby at the time, which is Jalen's dog. And well, Jalen wasn't allowed to live with us because we had COVID. It was like when COVID was fresh and nobody can be around each other. And it was close to the holidays, and we like made hot chocolate and we drove around with Zeus and Dobby and looked at lights.
Oh, we did do that. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then number 2 would probably be, I guess it would be like a multitude of times, because we would always go, like when we first started getting together, we would always go to the happy hour at Sonic, and we'd get like a shake, and that's like how we like did most of our date nights.
And mozzarella sticks.
Yeah, we
Like,
get
we
like
get the-
a thing of mozzarella
Dude,
sticks
that's
and
how
then
we
2
got big.
shakes.
We got shakes and we got the party pack of the freaking mozzarella sticks.
And we were
like
still
20.
in high school though. We
Maybe
were
like
still
20, bro.
we were still playing sports and
Yeah.
running it off.
And then we continued to do it, and then it just got worse and worse.
Yeah, that was a different time.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not supposed to comment.
Oh, sorry, it's okay. And then number 1 would probably be you proposing to me on our trip to Disney World.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of okay. That's true. That's true. I'll give you that one. No,
Going to Disney World was fun.
dude, this woman is so oblivious. Sorry, if I were to describe your 3, I would say companionship. A lot of companionship in that one. But no, this woman is so oblivious that we were trying to figure out. So when I proposed to her, we flew to Disney World
I really
in
hope you
Orlando.
can't hear me drinking.
You're fine. We flew to Orlando, Disney World in Orlando, or we actually went to Universal Studios in Orlando. That's where we proposed at. And I'm like, yo, like I'm gonna do it in front of the Harry Potter castle because she loves Harry Potter. Oh my god, it's gonna be perfect. This and that. Well, then I'm like trying to be like, yo, we gotta go to Harry Potter. We gotta go to Harry Potter. And my parents like, we're running late. My parents' whole thing was we're gonna show up and just go straight to the freaking Universal. Then my mom, me and my mom, she's like, oh my god, I need to shower. I feel so gross. I need a shower. She's always been the person that gets out of the plane. She has to shower. So I'm like, well, how am I gonna kill time? Because the plan was we're supposed to meet right away at freaking Harry Potter. And the whole time I'm telling her like, we need to go to Harry Potter. We need to go to Harry Potter. And I'm like, oh no, we can actually wait. Let's not go to Harry Potter yet. So then we went to stuff to the Spider-Man ride, one of the best rides ever. So then finally we're like, I'm telling my dad like, yo, I'm coming in from this side, the Jurassic World side. I think it was Jurassic World side.
Yeah.
We were coming from the Jurassic World side, coming in through the Jurassic World side. My dad's like, okay. We're walking up. What does my dad do? Line up on the wrong side where I can legit see this dude. He's 6 feet tall. And I'm like, bro, what are you? Des is going to see you and know something's going on. This woman doesn't know what's going on. She's like, oh my god, look at this. Oh my god, look at that. And my dad just runs out the other way. And
Well, I think because I didn't see him because like we're there, I'm
You're
not
expecting-
expecting to
yeah.
see him, so I'm not looking for him in a crowd of people.
yeah.
So I just didn't see him.
Yeah, so then we go, and then I light up, and I kind of tell them, I mean, I can't remember exactly what I told you, but I remember saying, I love you, and I'm really proud, I can't wait to be for the rest of my life. And then you're like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to the knee, and then I did it, and then my mom just came out of nowhere, and you're like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
But you swear that you knew. I don't think you knew.
I had some suspicions that you were going to propose. I just
There.
didn't know where.
Where?
Yeah. Because well, one of them was, of course, we were on the plane ride going to Florida. I can't remember what I needed. I think like one of your like
Chargers?
chargers or something. I was like, oh, do you have like a spare charger? And you're like, yeah, my bag. I was like, oh, let me grab it. And you're like, no, I got it. I'm like, why can't I go through your bag? I'm like, okay. So that was one. One of the times before that was that he was like, oh, I'm going to go with my parents to go pick up something my mom bought on Facebook Market. And I was like, oh, I want to go. And he's like, no, you can't go. I was like, what? And you're like, there's not going to be room in the truck. I'm like, okay. But you wouldn't tell me what your mom bought. And I was like, and your mom tells me everything she buys.
And she does.
So I'm like, what did you buy? And then you're like, the next day you had to go back again. And so you're
Yeah.
like making some excuse. And I'm like, why can't I go? Like,
But this is why it's good to have your mom, though, when you pick a wedding ring. Because we went to Zales out there. And, no free shout out to Zales, but we went to Zales. And in my head, they had these princess rings, Disney princesses. And I'm like, oh my God, my wife loves Disney princesses. Like, just who she is. Not as much as I love superheroes, but she loves Disney princesses. And her favorite is Ariel. Obviously, they're redheads. That's what it is. And they have a Little Mermaid ring.
mm-hmm.
It's like a purple topaz or whatever, something like that, like jewel.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like a wreath. Really cool. In my head, I'm like, this is the perfect ring for Desiray. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And my mom's like, I don't know if that's the ring. And I'm like, yo, I love this ring. It's the ring I'm getting for Desiray. Luckily, Desiray has a big ass finger. So they're like, yo, we can't get the ring size for her. The finger. I'm like, she's a size 10 or whatever.
No, okay, you got it wrong. Because I'm actually a size 9. And you told him
Sorry.
10.
It was a 9. I mean, she's a size
It's
10.
like a
One's on a
sausage
10.
fingers.
It's still pretty big. But I'm like, she's a size 10. Like, yeah, it's going to be really hard. So then we go out there. We actually did 2 weeks before we did this. And we were at a Zales in Price at the Orchard. And like, yeah, I'm like, you order it, we ship it out, they'll fix it, it'll be back in 2 to 3 weeks. We're like, cool.
Yeah.
Well, we're a week out from going to Orlando, and this ring's never there. My dad shows up. They charged my dad's card.
Yeah.
My dad was helping me out. They never put the ring in order. It was gone.
Because you got it on his card because you were like, he had like a
Yeah, he had
thing.
a count there and everything, right?
Yeah.
And stuff. And obviously, I was a broke kid, and but they charge my dad's account, and they come to it. My dad's like on the phone, and like, oh, we don't have the ring no more. He's like, what do you mean you don't have the ring no more? Like, yeah, we sold it to somebody else. And he's like, but I paid for it. Like, you charged my card, and I paid for this ring. And they're like, yeah, I don't know what to tell you, but it's not there. We don't have it. So I remember my dad said he like bitched out the person on the phone. So my dad called me, and my dad legit called me. He's like, hey, like, they don't have the ring. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, they don't have the ring. Like, and I'm like, my heart drops, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, how do I do this? And then we went to the one in Loveland, went to the Zales in Loveland. They were helping us out, but my dad's like, I just don't. My dad bought my mom's rings through Zales, and like, I just don't trust them. Like, they did us dirty. So my mom's like, let's just go to Jared. Freaking, like a dog. I went to Jared, and they helped us out. Spent a lot of money on a ring. For myself at the time, I spent a lot of money.
Off.
It is paid off now, but it took like 2-3 years to pay the sucker off and your band. And I was like, goodness sake. So my mom it's dope in the point in regards to like your mom would choose the right ring because Desiray now, like she says that she loves her ring and stuff, which I believe her. But the taste that your mother will have for a ring is very expensive because in reality, she might be like picking the ring that she might have wanted back in the day. Like my mom has a beautiful ring now, but like if she would go back and think of like the first ring she could have got, she just got like. I think my dad just bought some like simple set from some maybe like jeweler or pawn shop or something. I don't know where they're actually from and stuff. But because I have my dad's band, and it's a very simple band. There's nothing crazy about it. So yeah, it was very expensive. I was like, I can't believe I spent that much money on a ring.
Yeah.
And you wear it, and it shines.
Yeah.
A little bit, a little nice something. So, but I want to say thank you guys. This was an awesome episode. I've been wanting to do it for a while. This is kind of a trial run. We hopefully down the line, if we can, figure some more stuff out. I think it's better when we have someone in the background. Patrick's sadly sick today, so that's why it's a little different. But we want to get like a husband and wife podcast going. I think we have a lot of good conversations. This was the first trial, so we're kind of still getting the details of what we want to talk about. But I think we have a good chemistry. We just got to figure out how to figure it out. I think the best thing to do is we record it while we're driving, because we have some good conversation when we're driving. This woman today, I was gonna bring this up. This woman today, I'm like, oh hey, she's like, what are you doing? I'm trying to get your back windshield to clean, and she's like, oh, it's broken.
No.
I'm like, what do you mean it's broken? And she's like, it's broken. It's like hanging off.
No, the windshield wiper.
The windshield wiper. The windshield wiper's coming off, but it's the rubber part that like wipes, right? That clears and like does the like whatever it's called. She's like, it's falling off. And I'm like, what do you mean it is? She's like, yeah, like it's just hanging off. And I'm like, so you just have hard plastic rubbing on your back window? And she's just like, I didn't think about it like that. And I'm like, what do you mean you didn't? How do you not think about something like that, Desiree?
I'm just the girl. I'm just the girl.
I told her, I'm like, you're giving off really bad. Like if we weren't together, you'd be driving a Nissan Altima, a white Nissan Altima with all the lights on inside of the freaking dashboard.
Hey, dude. Let me live.
Gosh, yeah, this is
not a worry of mine.
It's a worry of mine.
No,
it's definitely a worry of mine.
That's why I have you.
Yep, that's what it is. So, but thank you guys. If you guys watch the way through here, seriously, like and subscribe. Let us know. The next couple weeks, I'm going to be scheduling them out. I'm going to have, hopefully here soon, Mike Sutton. He's a big guy. He works with me, but he's a construction guy, really big into construction and then asphalt. And then also Mike Duran. He runs Endurance Roofing. Hell of a guy. Really good businessman. Hispanic, hard worker, wrestler in his pastime. And he said he wants to come on too. So, hopefully here soon in the next couple of weeks, we'll have some new episodes coming out to you guys and kind of just more inspirational and kind of letting you guys know what you guys need to do and stuff and helping you guys out with the future if anyone has questions like that. So let us know. If you did make it this far, put a pineapple in the comment section.
Do not put a pineapple.
Don't put an upside down pineapple. Just put a pineapple.
We're not swingers.
Put a ghost in the thing. just because I don't know who actually watches to this far. I don't know if everyone ever does. But if you do, Bobby might. Bobby actually might. I really do think Bobby and Tommy, they're always hitting me up talking about stuff. So they could. But this, a lot of the guys are very anti-feminist, so maybe they just didn't want to watch this part because the woman was here. But let me know, guys. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe. We're out.